It's the Game of the MTGO Show.
All right, our stip is for Insidious Roots. Can we do Jund with Insidious Roots? Can we take the Minskin boot? We would want Vengevine anyway. Vengevine does wheel a lot. Vengevine and Inti are pretty good together. I'm gonna take the Vengevine and we'll wheel what we wheel. Something, nothing, who knows. Feels weird to take Bloodghast over Hex Drinker. Or Carnage Interpreter. Maybe we can take Carnage Interpreter and wheel the Bloodghast. Yeah, Roots is a black-green enchantment, so we'd like to cut off those colors as best we can. You think Bloodghast is super important? Do you? Fine, we'll draft the damn fucking... God damn it. Oh, now we see an Atali. After we do the entire Atali Blink step. No Atali. Immediately switch. How about a Cradle Hum? Could be sick. Yeah, I mean, if we get Roots spitting out tokens, that'll be good with Cradle too, I'm gonna grab Troll here. Recurring Nightmare triggers Roots. Yeah, actually, maybe Recurring Nightmare is more important. Matchmaking has failed. Oh, no, I'm actually glad that Moto did not succeed in matchmaking me in the middle of my draft without a deck registered for any events. That would have been more troubling than the message telling me that matchmaking had failed, really. There's the 1 black enchantment, Tortured Existence or whatever. I saw someone use Troll to get that started, and it seemed really good for that. But Recurring Nightmare could, like, trigger the Roots, like, over and over and over again, right, by looping. So it's hard for me to tell which is more important here. I guess I'll grab the Nightmare. Maybe Ooze here. Maybe Dogged Detective. Maybe Proving Ground. Yeah, it's probably this. A little fetch here, a little fetch action. Taiga. Maybe red-green's open. Maybe I should grab the Taiga or the Oliphant. I think I did Grist here. Grist is really good with Recurring Nightmare. Urborg, Rookie. Let's take Urborg, just have good mana. This is our pack 1, pick 1, right? And this one, yeah, that one had multiple, like, banger red cards that are all gone. But the Carnage Interpreter wheeled, so I'm excited about that. I think Carnage is better than Living Death in your Vengevine deck. Gruff's a good one for Recurring Nightmare, at least. Bitter Blossom is nice with Roots. Why is Bitter Blossom nice with Roots? Did I miss something? Yeah, right, Red? Every time this one comes on, I like think about skipping it, and then I'm like partway in, I'm like, nah. Even if it's not your thing, it is a very interesting tune. Hell yeah, Skittles. Hey yo, what's up, YHG? Hey, congrats, Workshops. It's gotta be a little exciting. The Troll wield? Oh, that's so good for me. Ooze can technically trigger the Roots and the last pick Pack Rat. I think our lane's open. Do we want a Fatty for Recurring Nightmare? Our other options here are like Blooming Marsh. Or maybe Bitter Triumph. Maybe Bitter Triumph's sweet as a discard outlet. I just don't think we're going to be heavy reanimation. Is the issue with like jamming a bunch of fatties in here, because then you want more reanimation spells for consistency, and like it all kind of like warps the deck. I like Dark Ritual, but I'm gonna take the Tortured Existence, I guess. Even though it would probably will. I kind of want to make sure that I get it. Seems pretty important to what we're doing, huh? Wayfinder here, maybe. The Fire Covenant would not be a bad splash. Currently, we don't have a lot to do on turn 1. I wouldn't mind like a Birds of Paradise type deal. It would be nice to see roots, yeah. Well, there's a swamp forest here. The other options like Liliana, maybe. I think we want like as many creatures as possible, which Liliana would be competing with. Roots! We found the roots! Right? No? Cavalier of Thorns could trigger roots twice, right? When it dies. Is that interesting? Is that an interesting thing to do? A lot of good ones for us here. Once Upon a Time, Deathrite Shaman, Grief. I kind of like the Grief. The Grimbank Angler makes like the Satyr Wayfinder actually matter, and the Self-Mill from Grist matter more. Cool thing about Grief is not just like dying. Might get a good wheel here, even though there's not very many cards left in the pack. Really not a fast spawn deck. Could be a bizarre deck. Snag that one up. Wish I could swap this Triumph with the Mortuary. I think we have to take the Supplier here. Maybe Squeeze better than Altar. Really a bizarre. I think Fatal Push is going to be a sideboard card. Oh, the hollow one with Bizarre. What am I doing? What am I fucking doing, huh? Oh, well. Yeah, Liliana I grabbed as like a sideboard against control type decks. This will drain all their counters. If you have Bizarre and want to play it though, you should probably put Hollow One in your deck. Free creature for Vengevine Recursion and stuff. Fuck. The one time I would play it, Nice. Yavimaya Enderborg. Same about Library. Demonic Tutor. Findorn Elves. Findorn Elves might be more important than the D-Tutor. There's an underdog here, too. I'll take the D-Tutor. Peatland. Doesn't feel like an exciting pack to me. Yeah, a couple Mana Dorks and Roots are kind of all we need here. Subject Kobe. Yeah, black was super open this draft. Green was not very. Been fighting with folks. Oh, the Roots. So Roots almost certainly wheels, because black's pretty open. I'm going to draft it anyway. Let's make sure we get it. Hey, and the Ignoble Hierarch. I dig that. Hooting Mandrills, Animate Dead, Relic. A lot of interesting stuff here, but I think we need this Hierarch. One cool thing about Altar is it could be a way to, like, get the Bloodghast into the bin every turn. Our other only sack outlet is this Grist. I guess Bitter Triumph can sack. Anyway, I'm just taking Bayou here. Do we like Entomb? Just Entomb for Vengevine? Or Bloodghast? Lightning Greaves is cool through it, so I'll discard the combo, yeah. Another Mana Dork. Is Loam interesting here? Loam's interesting with Bizarre, right? But it has to be a creature leaving the graveyard for Roots. Loam could dredge creatures for Ooze to eat. I think I just need another Mana Dork. What's the combo with Greaves? So the tokens you make tap for mana. So if you have these three creatures and a creature in your graveyard and a creature in your hand, you can go infinite. Or these three creatures. These three cards. Yawgmoth makes sense here with Bloodghast and the tokens and stuff. Inquisition would have been a sideboard card here for me. I might play this underdog. Eternal Witness to rebuy Roots. Yeah, they could have been fine. Eternal Witness is also good with Recurring Nightmare and Vengevine, so it wouldn't have been a terrible pickup. Maybe better than Underdog. Underdog, of course, a better one to naturally mill. Because I'm valuing creature cards very highly, Kavath the Dota. Because we're building around Insidious Roots and Tortured Existence. So most of our cards will want to be creatures, unless they like tutor for it, like Demonic Tutor. Or if they like work especially well. Like we're building an engine deck. We want to like have our pieces work together to do the thing. Inquisition's a good thing if you're like, you want to force through like an individually good card that's going to win the game, you know? For example, like a Legacy Hagak deck would not play a turn 1 discard spell. But a Jund deck absolutely would. Would play like Thoughtseize or something, right? Different styles. Let's slow this down a little bit. Just a little bit. Cut the Triumph. I like that idea. I think I like cutting the Cavalier. The use makes sense, right? Bizarre on the spell side. Maybe. You can always just draw me lands, right? Yeah, I don't know actually. I don't actually think you count Bizarre as a land here. We've got both Yavimaya and Urborg, right? Or I don't think you count it as a spell. I think you count it as a land. Weirdly. You like Cavalier? Well, why don't you marry it? Fucking got him. Maybe I'll cut Evolve Sleeper. It's an early game creature for a Gaia's Cradle, which is nice. Or like a cheap creature for Vengevine. I think it fits, but you gotta cut something. I think because Bitter Triumph can discard... Oh, it can't sack a creature. I might cut Bitter Triumph. We have exactly one good card for Recurring Nightmare. Why just cut that shit? I mean, I do like Recurring Nightmare and Roots. They do kind of pop off. Squee is sick with Roots, right? Bizarre and Squee. Just every turn. I might very much want to exile my own graveyard stuff, Jojamonte. There's a lot of creatures here that I do not mind exiling to ooze. Levy Mill a pack rat, like fucking exile it to ooze, get a plant token, sounds awesome. That sort of thing. It's also just like a solid card. You think it makes sense to cut the Gruff Giblets? I think so too. But then you gotta do ads again. Maybe it's just the Bitter Triumph. Maybe just like leave it in for Vengevine. So many green sources do we have? 1, 2, 3-ish. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, the Taiga does nothing, right? Oh, no, it's for Bloodstained Mire. If we already have Bayou or for Milda Bayou. All right, recount. 1, 2. So this is like 9 plus green sources. And 9 plus black. Cool. The plus are the Once Upon a Times and the... Yeah. Well, folks, I think we got the stip. It would have been cool to have anger, some anger nonsense, give things haste. It would have been cool to have Hagak, but we actually have the Roots and the Tortured Existence. And some cool Bizarre synergies. I whiffed on a couple cards, but I don't think this is bad. Well, we got Bloodghast in the bin. Should we give Bloodghast the boots? Are there any escape creatures in the cube? Just Uro, I believe. The red-black one was in for the longest time. I think Greaves might be underrated. I might not activate Bazaar at all this game. Just go like next turn, Ooze, Greaves. Oh, well, we'll see. I've decided I'm not going to play Bazaar at all this game. Mill is Carnage here. Unless it's Carnage. I think they just die. Sorry, Ooze. If I had the green activated here, but I'm a little tight on green. Just turn 3 kill. I'm like, well, that fucking beats me. Turn 3, 5/5 haste. Yeah, turn 3, 5/5 haste, menace, hexproof. Or, I'm sorry, shroud, not hexproof. And it draws 4 cards. I think Once Upon a Time is still undervalued in Cube. I almost just like killing the Cobra, but upticking Mills, which is really good for the Mandrills and stuff here. We did get the Roots, Bleaching Dude. No, Woodfall shouldn't be able to kill it. It's a creature. Sure. They have 1 card left. Pretty good last one. I have to decide if I want to pump Sleeper or crack Clue. I think I want to crack Clue. I think I want to try and reanimate Vengevine here. I don't think I can get there. Yeah, it's only 6. They're at 8. And we can pitch cast Grief, trigger Vengevine. Move this over. I think I'm a mana short because I can't pump the sleeper. So close though, huh? So fucking close. If I hadn't had to crack the third clue, huh? What? Yeah, they had to... Does this thing have menace or something? Yeah, they had to block this thing instead of this thing. And I got to win. Alright, we take those. That's why we attacked, right? Sometimes people screw up. I think I'm gonna send this back. I think I'm supposed to keep this and just like hope we hit for turn 2 Grist. I did not Andarchy. That's fun though. Yeah, the reserve list vinyl, exactly. It's certainly my favorite deck in Chrome. Your opponent Trinity has disconnected. Following the White Rabbit. Oh no, she had the White Rabbit on her, right? In Matrix. That's why Neo followed her at the party. The rabbit tattoo. Some random partier did. Gotcha. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Matrix Watch Party. I don't think that one's on Prime. I've heard people tell me that the Matrix doesn't hold up, though, and I don't believe them. Like, not even a little bit. Those people should shut up. I think the only way... So, like, we're all of the same-ish generation, right? Like, we all experienced, like, the cultural movement. I think to really know if it holds up or not, you gotta show it to a young person. Yeah, we're all 17. That's us. Elijah Alverson just here to recommend Star Wars randomly. Well, my opponent's AFK. I guess I should look up spoilers, huh? We can look at the spoilers together. Till my opponent comes back. I'll, like, minimize it so we can see if they come back. It feels like sacrilege to lower the volume on this tunes, but I'm going to be talking over it a bit. As I react... Some of these cards I've seen. Mostly cards that people talk about on Twitter are the ones that I've seen so far. Hey, Ninewalker, things like 82 months. Hellspur Brute, 4 and a red for a 5/4. Affinity for Outlaws. Yes! More free cards! Oh, my opponent's here. An impromptu checking out what's spoiled. I didn't have an opponent, so why not? I mean, these cards seem sick, right? Sick limited card. Because if you just have, like, one of these fucking things, then it's a 4-mana 5/4 trampler. Which is, like, a sick card to curve into. Smuggler's Surprise. Spree. Choose one or more additional costs. 2 mill 4 cards. You may put up to 2 creature and or lane cards from among the milled cards in your hand. So 3 mana, instant speed, sort of divination-ish. Oh, hey, now they want to play. Oh, the Carnage Interpreter is too far away because the halfling can't tap for it. I should have pitched that and kept the pack rat. Maybe I should have taken the Teferi out of that hand. Just leave them with Parallax Wave, Black Lotus. Land for Grist, please. Well, that could have been worse, huh? Now we can Grist on 3 and then maybe rip another Black Source for the Carnage Interpreter. Correct to Delta. That is why I was talking about the Matrix. I'm not a complicated person. You have correctly deduced how I got there. Colored mana just for legendary cards, Dan the Spoon. Yeah, so it works with Grist or the Planeswalkers. Or the One Ring. You take a 2-year break for Magic and recognize no cards. You don't recognize Demonic Tutor? No, that can happen. What should I detutor and play? Should I like tutor up the roots even though we don't have anything to go with it currently? I think so. It's like the namesake of the step. I'm just like doing stuff before I play Carnage Interpreter next turn. Triumph's a fresh draw. Other mana drain in the roots. The roots. Yeah, I mean, they already had a lot of lands, so pretty clear that they had a counter there for me. They're at least repping one. Gaia's Cradle would have been sick. I mean, I can't really do anything with the mana, so I don't know why I would do it for that card. So we know half of their hand right now. And they are repping another counter. We milled a squeeze, so the roots would have triggered next turn if they hadn't countered it. I don't know why that triggering roots is funny to me, but it is. Oh, I fucking love this track. I'm gonna turn this up a bit. I'm gonna crank this a little bit. I hope that's fine. I showed this album to my buddy, Gendron, who I knew way back in high school. And I played it at a higher volume than this. And we were just like shouting over it while grinning like idiots. Fucking fantastic. We would have had 2 triggers so far if that roots had resolved. Twice Carnage again. Just spin all this shit. Hell yeah, Ace of Cakes. That'd be a lot of fun. He'll get it all back anyway, what? Oh no, they're answering my Grest. Bounces cheat. I didn't even activate first, like a fool. We do have a lot of clues here. But I do wish I had another 1/1 and, you know, just still had a grist, I guess. Petty theft is a crime while mass land destruction is not? Of course not. Land destruction, mass land destruction is an act of God. And God does not commit crimes. Yeah, theft is in the actual name. It's called petty theft. Oh, I shouldn't have returned Squee. My Carnage Tyrant's fucked. I guess I can just play this. Oh, you can absolutely critique plays after they happen, MTG Steve. Critique plays or ask questions, anything after the fact. Just don't feed me lines. And a lot of times it can be confusing because you'll like have a line about a play that I could make. But just like saying like a line with question mark is feeding me a line. Anyway, hope that clarifies stuff. Great question. You only feed me pasta, exactly. Man, they're doing a lot of shit over there. Shot Once Upon a Time looking for a Gaia's Cradle. I mean, just hitting a land's kind of good. The line is to play Detective. Wait. Thanks, babe. I got dinner in front of me. Right here by the computer. Life is good, folks. Life is good. Describe taste. We got these meatballs with a white sauce. Covered in bacon. It's like a yogurt sauce. Got the bit of tangy there. Opponent is not casting Batter Skull, which to me implies something like a cryptic command here. And then we got roasted broccoli with some kind of orange sauce. Yeah, Hardcast Solitude makes sense. Oh, we actually already listened to this track today. Here's one that some people will remember. If we lose by one. Or are you talking about paying a life for the nurturing peatland here? Yeah. Whoops. Alright, I played my land. Damn. I mean, I haven't had time to crack the clues. It's not like I'm getting any value from Carnage Interpreter being bounced. And next turn they can put the Batter Skull on the Brazen. I think they're playing this right. Should play the Forest. This is a dual land with Urborg, and the Swamp is not. Yeah, I think the opponent is extremely favored here. Although if they put the Batter Skull on the Barworm, they won't be able to block. Yeah, they're not doing that. I wonder how different that game is if the Roots resolves, huh? I think it'll be wildly different. No disenchants on the board. I think I like Liliana here. Plus Lily minus Yogg. Maybe minus Ooze. I do want Fatal Push in. This is like a clean answer to Stoneforge Mystic or a Batter Skull Germ. I don't know whether to turn 2 Rat or turn 2 Detective. Detective could find me that second Black Source. Getting the Mill of Vengevine's pretty hot. And this might be wrong, but I think I'm going to discard the Rat. Is it a cheap card for Vengevine is why it might be incorrect to bin here. I like how Wrath would have put the detective in the graveyard. So I thought about it a little bit. I'm gonna play into the Wrath. Oh no, we hit the Wrath. I'm not gonna play into the Wrath. They don't have one. Awesome. Boo. But now Lily's upticking again. Getting a land, I assume. Yeah. The damage is starting to get real with them at 11. The Liliana and loyalty is starting to get real with it at 5. They're not out of the game yet, but we have a pretty good board. Why did they not play anything on their turn? Smells of like Brazen Bower to me, I think. Yeah, ripping a Black Stars would be real good here. I did not plus Lily last turn. I have 2 creatures in my hand and a Vengevine in the graveyard. And I thought that was more important. Is that okay? Ask your permission next time? Okay, my bad. My B. Let's play this Children Bottom track. This was one of my very favorites when I was like 19 or something. I think Sleeper might be better than Ooze. You were allowed to ask a question, Bahood. I answered your question. Then I also had a question. Is that okay? What's wrong with that? The sass is not intended as like an insult or anything to make you feel bad. That's just part of my my charm or lack thereof. Do with that what you will. Gonna try some more of this Kasasha that I drank like half a bottle of when I was forcing mono red the other night. See the fire in my eyes. Love that. Love that for me. Just the perfect creature to get countered. This Liliana resolving might be insane. They have 4 cards in hand. We're just over here just like, yep, time to bid Master of Death. Might have to edict them, as much as I want to uptick. Oh shit, what up? Hey Lincoln Boy, thanks for the sub, thanks for sharing that prime. Maybe I should have lit on it in case I hit Vengevine. Let's actually draw the Stitcher Supplier. Yeah, its fairy doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I could toot up a... I don't know. Toot up a removal spell. I assume that Teferi bounces the Hooting. I think this is just winning. Makes it much harder for them to actually answer my Liliana, right? Hey, Spazlaz, thanks to the sub, thanks to the 12 months, the full year. Cheers to that. On the Drew cards, my Detective comes back. Yeah, Resolved Roots would have done a lot. Either of these games. Opponent's got 5 minutes on the clock. Doesn't feel like a lot of time. Should have let on the Detective. Because it might have built Vengevine for me. I may have made myself unnecessarily weak to a flash creature. Like, use the Liliana Edict there, and then hold the Bitter Triumph for a different critter. I do love me some Bloodywood. They have a patch on my Battle Vest. Hey, there we go. Now we get to edict them. So they can't, like, put the Batterskull in the Subtlety and rock my face. Do you want to land? No, I'm good. Oh, did they not have anything to rebuy with Sarah? Well, that's very fortunate for me. So now next turn they can rebuy Batterskull and replay it, and I'm fucked. Is that the is that the skivvy? Man, I needed to get Grief down. Opponent's over there like, do I get to stabilize? Fucking maybe. I think Grist is our best draw here. Did I fuck this up somehow? Oh, Pack Rat's kind of sexy. I could rat twice. I kind of want to grief them. I could do that too. Am I supposed to pitch cast this Grief? Grief can actually like attack through the Germ token, which is kind of nice. But next turn my rats can just do that anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna pitch cast this. It might be super wrong. It's good if they have like a sweeper or something. Memory lapse, that card didn't matter. GG. Yeah, next turn we make 3 more rats. Because we return Squee, we return Master of Death, we draw a card for turn. We have 3 black cards. We have 3 black producing lands and this guy's Cradle. That's kind of wild, huh? That they're all just going to be 6/6s next turn. Maybe this is the game that it happens. We have Tortured Existence. We have Demonic Tutor for Roots. Pack Rat never deserved to be cut from Vintage Cube. That's how I feel about it. Pack Rat saved so many of my fucking stips over the years. I say in the middle of a stip that Pack Rat's carrying. Well, that was the last game, the only game it really showed up so far, but it does have a way of like patching decks together that I really enjoy. Pick 15 rat, Pack Rat, yeah. I think next turn I lead on Satyr Wayfinder. I'm probably run out the Tortured Existence. We hit the section of the playlist that's all a bunch of like defunct bands that I was listening to in high school. Haven't put out an album in like a decade. This is like what my MySpace top 4 playlist was. Should I respect the rat? Just fucking like Grist kill it? Or should I try and race it? I mean, we might end up in a racing situation anyway. They exiled an Unearth to the Chrome Mox. They might just reanimate it. They sound like early Between the Bear to me. Yeah, I can see that. Like super early. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Burnt Bison, thanks for the 12 months. If I draw a land here naturally, I can detutor for Roots and run out Tortured Existence. I can't. It needs to be a black source, I guess. Let's demonic tutor so we don't fucking bin the Roots on accident when we Grist uptick. Hopefully we're not playing into like Mind Twist or something. Normally not the best card against me, but how are we doing with this tip? Doing excellent. This fucking Skitter. Well, I can cash in Grist for it. Maybe that's fine. Or maybe we just let them have the Skitter because we have Insidious Roots. We can lead on Wayfinder and see what happens. I'll like popped my grist. Sure. Hey, Killtrocity thinks up $4.20. What we really need is an Urborg, huh? Troll should be able to tutor for Urborg, I think. Oh shit, my token can tap for my mana now. That rocks. Pack rats tap for mana? Oh my. Hell yeah, we don't need skill, we need rats. You ready to actually use roots? We just triggered it. Having Anger in the Grave would go infinite, or a card that's in our deck if we had Lightning Greaves. So we do have the potential to go infinite from this spot. First root trigger. Yeah, this is like the first time we've resolved it though, right? We had it countered multiple times in the last match. Alright, Killtrocity's got a song request here. This is Chlorine Hands by... Or, I'm sorry, Chlorine Tears by Foreign Hands. Can I tell you how I go infinite? Yeah, so if there's Lightning Greaves, I would put the Greaves on the plant token if I had a Greaves in play right now. And then this would have haste and have the ability to tap for mana, right? So I'd tap it for a black. I would activate the Tortured Existence. I'd swap 2 creatures. The roots would trigger again. I would get another plant. I would move the Greaves over. Rinse, repeat. Yeah, fucking exile it. Your rats are on my side. Opponent's like, your turn. I kind of feel like griefing the Recurring Nightmare is worse than just activating Tortured Existence a bunch. I guess I can do both, huh? Let's hold on to the Grist and just do this. Living Death. That's fucking interesting. Alright, I'm gonna bin that card. Yeah, they see the combo. They see that I'm making 5 tokens per turn, right? So we only need 1 round of tokens before they're fucking dead. Because all the... Like, this token would be 7 power. And then we untap, we can attack with them all and, like, make 2 more. So, like, the biggest one would be 9. The smallest one would be 3 of the 7. Plenty of damage, huh? Liliana seems bad against Reanimator. Fatal Push seems kind of good against, like, their Pack Rat and their other rat. Why is it Vengevine a plant? That's a good question. I don't think I want Shadow now. Just gonna do this. You glad we drew that grief? Yeah, I mean, I think we beat their Living Death anyway. It just takes a little bit more time. I do have Urborg and Yavimaya. Yeah, I counted the Bazaar as a land in my mana base because I've got both Urborg and Yavimaya in here. Green-black Thopter Sword, yeah. Only the Thopter Sword. They don't have flying, they don't gain life, but they do tap mana for more Thopter Swording. Cool, I'm glad we got to pop up with the plants at least once, huh? Wait, what? Oh, the theater fucking milled Hagak. So they got to reanimate it instead of their troll. Amazing. This ooze might be insane. You get why Recurring Nightmare does not work in this deck, but is it close with all your creatures that come back? Well, the creatures that come back don't need Recurring Nightmare, right? And that's like a lot of the cards that we actually want to attack with and such. In sideboarding, in deck building, the initial deck building, our last two cuts were Gruff Triplets and Recurring Nightmare. Because Triplets is actually good with the Nightmare, most of my deck is not, but it was like only one target, and I decided to go against it and just build towards the Tortured Existence stuff. I have to imagine this is grabbing Ooze, but who knows? Yes, Ace of Cakes. So the plants have haste, the combo would be infinite. We were saying if I had drawn my Lightning Greaves. There's a Lightning Greaves in here. Then that would have worked. Gonna lead on the Dogged Detective in case we mill Vengevine here. Then the Ignoble could reanimate it. Let's bin this. Leave this on top. And just play Ignoble. Oh, hell yeah, Just Scream. Infinite but doesn't win that turn. If you have the Lightning Greaves, I mean, they need a blocker. Like, your last root is a fucking, like, 50-50 or whatever. Or that's not true. Because the last root would be one. The first one that taps would be... I guess it would depend on if you had an extra plant or whatever to tap the other plants. Right, Drac, yeah. So potentially you'd be able to leave some roots untapped. Well, you would only have one with Lightning Greaves. Anger would let multiple be attacking. Hey, Tuffy the Fluffy, thanks for the sub. Thanks for 44 months. Yeah, I've been really enjoying Anger in the Cube. They're just rebuying Hagak over there. Just. Even Interrupter. I don't know what that card is. I do like finishing my sentences though, so just on first impulse, I would say that I don't like it. Let's play this fucking song. This used to be one of my favorite albums. Some melodic death metal here. Let's get in with the Carnage and then crack some clues and try and reanimate Vengevine. The game has ended? Did it? Alright. Good shit. Fucking cheers. Back-to-back stips. 2-1 and a 3-0. Not bad. Not bad. Did we ever do the whole thing? We comboed... We didn't do the infinite. But we did combo Roots and